teachers, K through 2. This is Miss Watts. I am going to attempt to explain this process at a slow pace. I have been on the Wonder site several times. I'm using it every day. I do know that Miss McClintock she's starting to. I would recommend that you do the same. Do not wait until the resources come and you feel totally overwhelmed and you try to use the books without knowing where to plug it into your day. It's very, very, very important. Okay, so once you sign in, this is going to take you to Connect Ed. Here is your teacher's edition. You click on Grade 1, Wonders 2023. Now, there is something called Smart Start. Now, I always go up here to the right and choose Wonders Teachers Class just to make sure I'm navigating the right thing. Then I go up here to the top, and if you are a first grade teacher, I chose first grade, you go to Unit 0, Week 1. Now, I've already done Week 1. However, it's beside the point. This is called Smart Start. That's why it's Unit 0. The makers of this program, the creators of it, decided to incorporate the first 2 or 3 weeks of school to get the students acclimated to the program and to your rituals and routines that you set up. Over here on the left is your daily planner, which I would recommend you clicking on day 1. Reading, differentiated instruction, and writing is already there. Now, the differentiated instruction, not so much with the books because there are no lessons in Smart Start. It comes later. For reading is everything. Social emotional learning, developing a love of reading. Now, when you have to look at your schedule to determine what you teach first, we have phonics first, then reading and language. So I start with word work phonics. Okay, that introduces the letters for the day. And as you can see, this middle screen pops up, and I use it chronologically. I use it every single day. When you are pushed to start the year off, you don't want to have to navigate through a lot. Now, it depends on how you learn. I'm a visual learner, so I'd like to know how I'm going to roll this out. Take a deep breath. You can do it. You're going to click on, if you just have to click and read, click and teach. You can read, so it's going to tell you model display the map sound spelling card. Let's do that. Teach the sound M. This is the map sound spelling card. The sound is M. It's The M sound, or the M sound, is spelled with the letter M. This is the sound at the beginning of the word map. Listen, app, map. Watch as I write the letter M. I will say the word M as I would say the sound as I write the letter M several times. You will already have your students with whiteboards and markers for this part of the day. When you display the card, as I'm going to do now, you want them, and this will be something you can do on your screen in class, they understand that's a map. It starts with the letter M. Okay? Then you click on, it says guided practice. I like to click on the video. Okay? It's fun. Now you could go to the next slide if you like, but I like to introduce the letter M for handwriting purposes. Really cool video. Let's watch.
Consonant M. The letter M stands for the sound you hear at the beginning of map. 2 other words that begin with the letter M are mat and mad.
Sometimes I let my students write these words. I'll say, give me some words that start with the letter M, and they're quickly engaged. You want them to engage the activities all throughout. And me and Miss Clark had a conversation, and the reason I'm doing this video is to help you to just grab the essentials from the planner and look at the other resources later, the things that are non-essential, like the games and things like that. You want to get through the lesson. You want to teach your first lesson, and then you get deeper and deeper into the text. You'll know what to talk about. Your teacher resources internally are going to come to the forefront, but you just want to wrap your head around what is this program called Wonders. Let's keep going.
This is an uppercase M. This is a lowercase m. This is how to write the uppercase letter M. Straight down, go back to the top, slant down.
Okay, I'm pausing and talking. I remember when, we had the children from COVID land, and I remember telling Dr. B I was frustrated with this student, and she said, if you have not taught handwriting explicitly, you cannot expect them to know how to write. And it caught me off guard because I'm like, huh? I never had to do that, right? I never had to do that. So this program does not take it for granted that students already know how to write. You'll have access to this, I think, similarly to in second grade. So that's the purpose of these videos, to guide you. So if your students have whiteboards at the beginning of your phonics lesson, it's going to make your life easier. So you just kind of go through the slideshow and embed the essentials first, and then go back and add your own creativity to it later. And you do the same thing with the letter S, just like you introduced M. And there are 2 letters for the day. And they show you how to demonstrate to the students. The other times they're going to hear the S sound, okay? And they introduce the letter S just like they did the letter M. And with the same little alphabet video, they have handwriting, and there you go. Now, the interactive alphabet poster, I don't engage it. I don't do the unit alphabet song. I mean, we've had enough, engagement, but there are some classroom materials that you can print. Just like in Saxon, we had these materials, we had worksheets, but these worksheets make sense. It only focuses on the letter for the day. It does not give them the opportunity to write the letters from the past days. That is time consuming. I never liked that. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it matches the letters you taught for that day. Say each picture name, write M below the picture if its name begins like map. Write S if its name begins like sun. So by the time you went through this lesson, your children are going to know that, okay? And it teaches you how to teach them to sit straight up and how to properly write, okay? Now, of course, the more resources there are, you may get overwhelmed, but you can choose the ones. And I'm only hitting on those things that you probably want to do during your phonics block. Now, after you introduce the letter cards and the alphabet, I do ask them how many how many letters are in the alphabet? 26. How many are vowels? 5. How many sounds does each vowel make? 2. We do that every single day. The coordinator from Wonders stress having rituals and routines so the students learn and they are accustomed to the way you teach at the beginning of this time or doing this block every single day. Now, after we introduce the letters, we go to word work, phonological awareness. All right. Now, this is the beautiful part. They suggest getting a little puppet. You can teach and model how to isolate that first sound and blend it with the second sound. Like in the word sad. Add, sad. And when I blend those sounds together, I have my children clap. You're going to model for them. You're going to say, I am going to say a word in parts. I want you to listen carefully. Then I will put the parts together to say a word as a whole. Listen. At, sat. The first sound is s, and the end of the word is at. Now listen as I put the first sound together with the rest of the word at, set. You're going to do that for all of these words at the bottom. And you're going to have the students write them because they'll be displayed on your board. If you want to pre-write it or write it right before you get into reading, that is perfectly okay. They have videos that help teach you this, and we will get to that a little later. That takes care of that part. If you like to, you can click on the worksheet and do that. Now, I haven't been doing that. I only do the letters for the day. Okay? Now, this is a part where you practice and they get to see a visual of you putting the sounds together.
Ock, rock, run, and land.
Okay? Everything you need is here for you. So when you get your Readers and Writers Companion, when you get the worksheets, when you get the decodables and the leveled books, you will know how to use them and when to use them. Ms. Clark is going to be training you guys. So I'm helping her kind of facilitate a little bit, or just kind of walk you through it, because she has been the math coach for a while, and reading is complicated because she did not attend this training. So I'll be helping, but she's definitely researching. So we're working together. You have her to lean on. If I don't get to see you, I will be sending you videos as well. Okay? That's it for the phonological portion. I will make another video for the reading. If you want to say introduce the standards the way we're supposed to do, you'll tell them that they're demonstrating an understanding of spoken words, syllables, and sounds. The objective is the same. The academic language, they tell you what to teach, parts, sounds, and listen. So I want you to be encouraged. You will be fine. All you have to do is dive right in. I promise you, you will not sink. See you on the next video.